Welcome back, all you big bass lovers out there. This is Demont coming back at you again. Now we're going at part 2 of the Arise, and this is the Elite version. As you can see, it says, this one says 80 Elite HG AMC Plus. All right, so I mean, this one costs more than the other two. Like the first Arise that I got cost a little more than the Air. And then the Elite costs a little more than, they call that one now the Pro. Alright, so same box, same made in China. Same paperwork in the bottom, we don't need to see that. I don't speak Chinese, so it's not good for me to try to show you what it's talking about. All right, so basically the same neoprene sleeve, reel cover. It's got the same handles the Air does, except different color. It still has the same small handle. The original one had a bigger handle on it. But this seems almost like it's a BFS reel as well. It didn't show like this on the website. And you can see that this kind of goes back to the original look, not like the Air look. This is like the original, but they've taken pieces out trying to cut weight off. Nice thumb bar. Not a clicking not clicking, got a nice knurling to it. It doesn't click for your spool tension. This one has a lot more graphite, like addings to it. See it right here? Like, looks like carbon fiber. This one has a red spool, where the other one has a blue spool. You would think, since the other one had blue handles and a blue spool, since this one has a red spool, they would have red handles, but I guess I'm putting too much into it. But the end pieces are the same. Excuse me. All right, the star drag clicks very good. I don't know why this one's the Elite and that one's the Pro, and when the Pro seems to be built better than these two. But I could be wrong on that. Now, I noticed near the end of the last video that your line guide is a little bit different. Where this one has a little bit wider. It's like, instead of being just a big circle opening going into it and coming out to a smaller circle opening, the original Pro has the big circle opening here and the oval here. Well, this one has kind of like a cross in between an oval and a circle. If you can see that very good. Let me take the spool up. Maybe you can see it better. I don't think I did that very good on the last video, so you can see it really good. So let's see here. Now I think you can see it better. Hope you see that, if it comes across for you, but you can tell that this line guide's different. The little hub's a little different too. Notice that just now too. This hub appears to be thinner. Okay, this is the first position. So you can see that right here. Then you turn it one time. Okay. First position. Second position, see how much it came up. And then now, third, that looks like the first position. Let's see. Okay, that's, Okay, that's the second position. Maybe I'm missing. What I would suggest doing, if you want to get the thing right, my lighting in here is reflecting a lot. Hard for me to see what's looking like. I think that's... Okay, that's got to be 1, because that's the lowest setting. So that has to be 1. That's 2. If you're not sure, gently push it down and slowly pull it around. And that's 3, okay. So this one has a more refined, like, travel for your rotor here. Then you turn it back 1 more, and that takes you back to 1. Okay, so I figured it out. All right. And you see the rotor kind of goes up inside here. It's just basically works very similar to FSB, which is by Shimano, or a Magforce Z by Daiwa. It's kind of like if those two had a baby. I know not a representative, but a person watched the video on the very first one I watched. I don't understand what he was talking about. He tried to berate me, saying I didn't know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly what this is. It's not exactly an FTB. And it is not, it's more closer to an FTB than it is Magforce Z. But it is very similar to like a Magforce Z. Actually, what this system kind of reminds me of is the Magforce Z 3D Air. The 3D Air, you had 3 different settings you could have on your rotor, but it was all external adjustment. You did no internal adjustment on the rotor. It was all external. Now, I do know that Daiwa has a couple of spools out now that have like different spring tensions in them that move the rotors in and out more. But it's not, then again, it's still not anything you're doing manually to it to make the adjustment. So it's a little different. But I mean, for somebody to sit there and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, when I've had all those reels, I've still got those reels, actually, matter of fact. But anyway, all right, so let's see. I am noticing it's very easy to free spool. I like the thumb bar a lot. Very good, positive feeling thumb bar. And I do mean a very good feeling thumb bar. And it free spools effortlessly. Let me tighten it up a little bit and see how it feels. Still free spools effortlessly. And the handle on this one, I've tightened this up a lot, but it is still a lot smoother than the Elite version. Now this is almost a $50 more reel. But I just noticed something else too, that this reel is basically blue. It's like a cobalt blue. All this area right here is all cobalt blue with the carbon fiber accents. Sorry if you guys hear me sneezing and snorting a little bit. I still have sinus issues going on. I had really bad sinuses last week. They kicked my tail, put me in a hospital. It was not good. Anytime I don't address my sinuses before they get too bad, they develop into a really bad sinus infection. And if I don't address the sinus infection fast enough, it ends up like going into my bloodstream. It's fun times. All right. Here you go, Pine. I'm going to do your favorite part of the day. We're going to get the scales out, and we're going to see what we got going on. This should still be on grams. I'm going to move it over to ounces. All right, so this reel here weighs 5.31 ounces. where the other reel weighed 4.6 or 4.5. I can't remember now. Is it 4.6 or 4.5? But this reel is a little heavier. If I'm not mistaken, I wish they had the information on the box, but they do not. I think this reel has 2 or 3 more bearings than the other one has. And once again, I'm linking the description in the description. I'm linking where you can look at this or buy one of these in the description below. So right now, let's see what this here spool weighs. I'm kind of curious if this spool weighs the same amount the other one did. All right, let's get on grams. Okay. 7.96. And just to be devil's advocate, let me get this other one back out again. All right, here's this one. One second, I'll do a side-by-side for you so you can see. Actually, they're the same blue. All right, so as far as the frame of the reel, I thought it was a little bit different, but I guess it's not. I guess the main differences you get is the bearing count, the gear ratio. This is 8-to-1. That's a 7-to-1. The handle colors, the spool colors. I don't want to mix these up, so make sure I keep these separate. All right, so that one, now we have this one. Need for it to sit still. So this spool is almost 2 grams lighter than the other spool. But this spool is a lot taller. Now you can see what I'm talking about when I talked about in the last video, that this one seems like it's like a 28. This one seems like a 32. So this one probably retrieves faster being a 7-to-1 than this one being an 8-to-1, because it can turn so much more line on every pickup. The actual spools themselves, the holes, the billets, they have about the same pattern to them. All right, so let's take a look at these reels side by side. I'm going to put the wrong spool in the wrong thing. And I just sat there and said, let's separate these so I don't do this. And there I go trying to do it. Now I do give Haibo credit. These reels, they seem to be very well built reel, but it's kind of getting to a diminishing return when you can buy the the Arc version of these reels for basically the same price or cheaper. And it depends on what model you get, of course, but so it almost is like, why do we want to sit and wait to get a CDM reel when we can get a US version for a cheaper price and not have to wait? Okay, so I just did something when I put this in, it made it a lot stiffer. Okay, so I turned the spool tension knob a teeny bit, I guess, a while ago. All right, so let's take a peek here now. Let me back this out. I want to see what it does. Okay, so yeah. Free spool's pretty damn good. All right, so you can kind of see the differences between them now. Here's the Elite in my left hand, and here's the Air in my right hand. You can see the Elite has a red spool. It has grayish black handles, whereas the Air has a blue spool, blue handles, different thumb bar, even the front ports in the front of it's different. Looks like they're trying to make a new kind of fashion trend, or a new, that's what I'm looking for, a new statement. All right, so if you want to get one of these reels, I'll link it down below. I have no affiliation with AliExpress. I'm gonna try to order some stuff from different places, like Temu or something it's called. Cause I want to see what they have. I noticed that when you spin it really fast, it slips. Let me try to tighten it down a little bit. Maybe that's what the problem was. That's what the problem was there. Can't get this too loose. If you do, it's going to slip when you start it up fast. Or if you're anything like me, sometimes you do your jerk baits just using chit-chit, chit-chit, chit-chit. I use my wrist. I bring my slack in with my finger. I can even do walking baits with this. Just chunk, 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 chunk. I've kind of gotten pretty good over the years just using my one hand, one rod, one kind of setup basically. Until I got in higher tournaments and then I stopped doing it. All right, guys, I'm going to put these away. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them down below. I'm happy to answer any question I can for you. If I don't have the answer, I'll try to see if I can get it for you. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Or if you know somebody's looking at these reels, go ahead and share this video with them. I'm trying to get more and more content out for you. I'm going to soon be back on the water again. I'm trying to get my building set up. I've got some before pictures. I'm going to have some after pictures of my building and my mess. I'm hoping to be done with that here pretty soon. All right, guys, it's the Mott. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Tight lines till next time I see you again.